Hey guys, Jeff Megagears here with Soapbox Gaming, and something really interesting happened today. It seems some dev or some guy on the internet released an entire video showing the OS of the Nintendo Switch in its entirety. This is really interesting because a lot of the things that happened in this video just passed by really quickly, and I'm going to get to it really soon. But the first thing we have to talk about is what actually happens when you boot up the device. That being the regular, setting the device up, setting up the language, whether you want it in TV mode or not, seeing if you have any wireless networks around you, and deciding whether to, get on and connect to that network. But one of the interesting things it asked you to do when you first booted it up is to test the Joy-Cons to see if they work. They did that by, of course, pressing the buttons on the back of the controller and sliding them out, then pressing the buttons on each and every side of the Joy-Cons to see if it gives an input once. Once you do that, it'll give you the go and tell you to continue, and then the rest is just setting up your avatar and your username. Simple, plain Jane stuff. Then finally, when you're done with that, it will tell you to press the home button and you'll be greeted by the actual menu. A really clean and simple UI with only 6 small little buttons on the bottom representing the news, the eShop button, the gallery button, a controller button, a settings button, and a power and sleep button. One of the first things he actually clicks is on the news button. A lot of the things that were in the news button were just Nintendo Direct stuff, tutorials on how to use the device. I feel like they're going to use the notification the same way they use it on the 3DS. It's just to give you news and updates about like upcoming games. And right now it seems like they don't have much on there. I'm sure they will later on. The next thing he tried to click on was the Nintendo eShop, but it required him to update his device. I don't know if it's actually functional right now, or that he just didn't connect to the internet and didn't want to do it in the video. So we didn't get a glimpse of the Nintendo eShop, unfortunately, but we did get to see the gallery app, and that's where you store all your videos, all your screenshots. Like when you start recording things or when you take a picture in a game, it will end up in the gallery section for you to take out and to see whenever you want. The controller application allows you to add more Joy-Cons to the device or to use the device in different ways. It says change grips order, so I assume that if you want to use the Nintendo Switch without Joy-Cons attached to it, you're gonna have to press this button, maybe, or it'll tell you you might have to recalibrate the Joy-Cons if it's not working or something. It also tells you the battery of the device and the batteries of each Joy-Con, and that's pretty much for the controller app. That's pretty much all it tells you. It doesn't give you much. Now on to the system settings, and the first thing he shows you is airplane mode, which is actually something you can turn on in the quick settings for the Nintendo Switch in the main menu. The next thing he shows you is the screen brighten slide, which is again something you can just manage in the Nintendo Switch menu, the quick menu at least. There was also a parental mode where you manage the app for your child if you really want to. That's not something I really care about, so we're just gonna move on. Now, this is actually the more important part of this, and that is the storage slide, where it shows that the Nintendo Switch will only actually give you 26 gigabytes of actual storage for you to have on the device itself. The rest of the 32 gigabytes will be used on the OS, which is a huge bummer. I know that you're going to say, oh, you should have expected that. All phones and all devices do that, but damn, 6 gigabytes worth of storage just for the OS, which makes me wonder, why in the hell did Nintendo think that 26 gigabytes for usage was okay in a day and age where games are 50 gigabytes? You cannot fit a game like that on the Nintendo Switch just using internal storage. And for $300, I should at least get 64 gigabytes. That 6 gigabytes being used on the actual OS, so that gives me like at least 50 gigs, and I'll be fine with that. That's an actual decent amount of data, but 26 is just pathetic. Luckily, I did buy a 128 gig SD card, so that when I get my hands on the Switch, it won't be a problem. But this is just a shit amount, and I wish Nintendo just gave us more data out the box. Fucking 26 gigabytes. Now here's the thing that actually was going through my mind, and that was Mii's. I didn't know if Nintendo was going to bring them back, since there is no Wii name branding anymore and it's just Switch. I was sure they would bring them back, but now it's confirmed that yeah, you can have your Mii's and you can customize them just like the last generation. The next slides focused on Amiibo, managing your Amiibo data, whether you want to delete it or not, or just a little useful tool they put there. But I guess it's cool if that matters. If some kid grabs your Nintendo Switch and deletes all of your Amiibo data by accident, that's gonna be you. Next thing they show you is the actual theme setting, which is really cool because you'll be able to switch it up and you'll be able to grab different themes. There's 2 different colors from the actual video itself, colors from black to white, making it really cool. You know, this is probably the area where you actually manage your paid for themes from the Nintendo eShop. It's not actually confirmed if Nintendo is going to have paid for themes or they're just gonna get rid of it this time around, but I'm sure that if they do, it will be in this slide in this settings option. I don't know about you guys, but black just looks freaking cool. I can't wait to see other themes you'll get on the Nintendo Switch from the eShop. So we're gonna skim through the rest of these. A notification slide to handle all your notifications, probably block people you don't want notifications from, and it has a feature for different sounds when you get a notification. The sleep mode is to manage when and where you want your Nintendo Switch to go to sleep and for how long. The controller slide is to recalibrate your controllers to make sure they're functional, test your input devices, calibrate the motion on the Joy-Cons, turn on and off the vibrations in the Joy-Cons as well. The TV settings is for adjusting your TV resolution. I saw from auto to 480p. It also does the color and the sound and that sort of stuff. And the system settings will allow you to change anything you got wrong in your initial setup, like your region, your clock, and all that other jazz. One of the really interesting things I saw at the end of the video was the lock screen when you put your device in sleep mode. It looks like something you'd find on an Android tablet. I just want to slide the ring up to open the device. But overall, the Nintendo Switch UI looks really solid and very simple to use. It sucks that we only have 26 gigabytes, but this is not what this video is about. I might talk about it in a separate video, but for now, this has been Jeff Megagears signing out. I'll see you guys next time.